Kraken is going to list ZBCN tomorrow. Let's get right into it. So we have Kraken listing tomorrow, guys, which is long term. It's a good thing. We need it. And for those of you that are saying like, oh, it's going to be a pump and dump tomorrow, well, we'll see. Okay, it can go either way. But I think that big liquidation event on Friday was most of the leverage traders and the swing traders kind of wiped out, and they're kind of like salty about it. So most likely we are going to pump short term. I'd say 20-50% pump. Hopefully there could be a slight pullback, but overall, guys, it brings volume, and this is just the first step. Okay, so it is confirmed right here that zebec getting listed on the 15th, and the Kraken has announced it on their page as well. So right here, ZBCN right here. So what can we expect on the listing day? Okay, so at the moment we look at zebec and the price has been a bit like up and down, but overall, guys, compared to the rest of the market, if you look at the market right now, everything's in the red. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is like close to 60%, I'm pretty sure. You know, overall right here we're on a red market. Like everything's not doing well, but zebec usually does its signature move on the red days. Okay, so maybe it could be an exception, and it's pumping on the 15th and on the 15th as well. Like, look, we're doing okay. Like on the day we're pumping, it's most likely we're going to pump right after the listing, and then we could retrace. Okay, I'm going to show you another project that got listed on Kraken which pumped. And one thing I wanted to point out is that, you know, we have a token unlock on the 16th, so you know we're pumping. This is I think this is the first 1% one. The last one was 2.12%, but this is the first one that's 1%, and the allocation goes to community and rewards, so there's less like sell pressure in the unlock, and they've done it, you know, pretty much on the same day almost. I know it's on the 15th and this on the 16th, but you know, are they doing that to counter the unlock? Maybe. But anyway, I wanted to show you another project that got listed on Kraken recently, and it's called Keeta right here. I don't follow Keeta much, but you know, I did hold it and I sold it at like $1.50. You know, there was something sketchy about it. I had a gut feeling that was something weird, and I'm glad I got out. I swapped it for ZBCN. They got listed on Kraken right here, and I'll show you what happened. A similar project, not similar, but like similar type of market cap. August the 5th right here. So if we look at the price action on August the 5th right here, August the 5th right here. So on the 5th, it dipped a little bit and then we had a little pump. So you could expect a short-term retracement, but overall we go up. But with Keeta, like there was some bad stuff like with their testnet, and it wasn't really valid, and that's why all the whales kind of sold out. That's a different project. With ZBCN, the team's active, they show their faces, and we have a lot to look forward to. We don't just have the Kraken listing to look forward to. I think pretty much the Kraken listing was the sell signal to get rid of all your Keeta. But anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, but look at this, guys. This is the good news right here. You know, we are still gaining holders, quite organic, and you know, at a faster rate than usual. We're nearly at 90k holders, and I said like try and get in before 100k, because when there's more holders buying zebec, well, what do you think that's going to do to the price? I know like we kind of been consolidating for a while, but think of it like this, right? If you look at zebec's price action, it got rebranded in 2024 from ZBC to ZBCN, but it consolidated for a whole year, guys. Okay, you know, this is what you call diamond hands. How do you think these lot felt? Usually the longer the consolidation, the harder the pump. As you can see here, this was accumulating for over a year, and we had a massive leg up. And I'm pretty sure this was when they announced they were part of the Circle Alliance program. Okay, it did a 10x pretty much. And now we've had a 60% correction. This is when I come in, and we're kind of doing the same thing. We're consolidating, guys. It depends on the market. It depends on if Powell's going to announce, you know, more rate cuts. We need the banks to print money. We need QE. Okay, if there's no sign of QE, alts aren't gonna really pump anytime soon. We need signs of QE, and I think the Fed has a meeting tomorrow. I'm not too sure. Are they gonna announce something? Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, a lot of the price action right now is to do with this. There's some back and forth with Trump and China, but it's all like a scare, guys. And then, you know, the market makers and exchanges, which I explained in my last video, control the market. They use this as an excuse to wipe the shorts and all the long. They have data of how much money they can make just wiping people out, and they just boop go one way, go the other way. There was a wallet that shorted Bitcoin 30 minutes before Trump announcing the tariffs, and he just did another short today, right here. I'm going to show you. Whale who made 191 million shorting minutes before Trump China news doubled his position, now sitting on 500 million BTC short. What does this guy know? Is this friggin' Baron Trump? This guy who shorted 30 minutes before the China tariff news is shorted again, kind of following the same thing. This is no different to February, okay? When Bitcoin was hitting 75k, you know, we had the same sort of, the markets don't like tariffs. Whenever there's a tariff news, the market reacts badly, but it's all kind of short term in my opinion. I've said in my last video that we are most likely going to extend to 2026. The Bitcoin dominance is too high. It needs to drop. The money will trickle down. It goes from Bitcoin to ETH to the large cap, mid caps, low caps. And ZBCN at the moment is a low cap. So we still have time for it to run. Can it be an exception? Of course it can. Because remember, we have the super app, which is coming this year. We have the ISO 222 that's rolling out November 22nd, I'm pretty sure. And we're going to be ISO compliant by the end of the year. That's one of their goals. We still haven't had the MiCA compliance yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen this month. But take a look at this clip of news of the super app. That's most likely going to roll out in October, but take a look at this.
So we just got off CBOS. It was super, cool. We have a lot, or we made a lot of Web2 connections. The CBOS conference is, ran by Swift. So a lot of Web2 and Web3 companies were out there. I'm sure we did. I wasn't there personally, but our team was, and I'm sure we have a few partnerships coming soon. The Super app, which is basically, again, the updated payroll app with card functionality and the CBC staking, all in one app, just that works, everything under one roof. That is coming in Q4. And I think we'll also be at Breakpoint. So if anybody's going to be at Breakpoint, I'm not sure if there's any other conference running at the same time. I know last year Token was going on, but that just happened. So if anybody's going to be at Breakpoint, let us know, and would love to connect out there.
But guys, what new news do we have here? Okay, we still got, World Mobile and their zebec net coming. There's some new news about zebec going to the UK, and if you don't know that, on their roadmap, zebec's trying to beat FCA approval. So they've just come back from Cybos, and now they're pushing for the FCA. Maybe they're going to get MiCA and FCA at the same time. ISO 222 is a top priority. They aim to get that by the end of the year. So hopefully we get it in November. Some news right here that I don't know what this is. Simon just put a picture of this, and people are kind of speculating like where it is. I don't know where the hell that is. But like I said, going back to the Kraken thing, okay, Simon, the CEO of zebec, he's the CEO, announced that this is just the beginning for us. Like after the Kraken listing, right, which is tomorrow, if that's just the beginning, it sounds like that, more exchanges are on the way. And it's kind of a good thing, the timing, I feel like, because Kraken is like kind of the first step. It's classed as a tier 1 exchange. That brings more users, more normie investors to get zebec quite easily, because a lot of people don't know how to use Uphold, Crypto.com, OKX. It can seem confusing to them, but like the more basic ones like Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken, that gives more people chance to invest in zebec. So it's going to increase the holders. But like he said this is just the beginning. If he's saying that, he's kind of just hinting that there's going to be more on the way. And I think with the timing of this market, if we do extend to 2026, we're going to need to be on those tier 1s because we need the volume. At the moment, I think the reason why we're not dumping as much as the rest of the market is because we're not on the tier 1. You got to think of it both ways, okay? It brings volume, which is good when the market's pumping. When we dump, when the market's all bearish, well, guess what? It's going to go the other way as well. So that's why I think, in my opinion, zebec is not dumping as much, because I do think there's a right place and a right time for exchanges. The exchanges aren't just the be all and end all, guys. We still have bigger things to look forward to. zebec super app bring more retail users in. We got the NBA and NHL. I mean, I don't know why people aren't excited, because that is huge marketing. The zebec team's still active. The holders are growing. We're holding strong on the red days still. Like, yeah, it's quite annoying that we're kind of consolidating, but guys, I'm here for the long term. What are you here? Are you here to make a quick buck? Because let me tell you something, you ain't gonna do well, okay? The people that are patient usually does well. You only lose when you quit. I've been in here for 5 years. I've been waiting for XRP to go to the moon. I was waiting for over a year or two when I bought my first bag of XRP at 19 cents, and it took about a year or two before it reached the dollar. These things can take time, guys, but when the market's all bullish, all of a sudden things can go up unexpectedly. Still think we're going to go over a penny to 10 cents this year, but we're most likely going to extend to 2026, most likely, because we need QE. Okay, we need signs of QE. We need, banks that print money. We need liquidity in the market. Okay, there's a lot of scare and delay because of the tariffs. And it's not the tariffs themselves, it's the market makers using that as an excuse to manipulate. Expect a short-term pump for Kraken, and hopefully we do a 2x. Hopefully. But most likely it can go both ways. I don't think we're going to dump loads. I just think it's still an accomplishment. We need Kraken. It's a win in my book. I'm here for the long term. I'm not here for short. I'm not here to swing trade ZBEC. I'm here to give you guys information on why I believe ZBEC is a good project, and we still have lots of things to look forward to this year. Don't worry about Kraken. It's going to be good for us. Just trust me on this. I don't care about the short-term price out. I know ZBEC is here for the long term. ZBEC's kind of neutral. It doesn't really have much competition in crypto, but it's still part of a hot narrative like RWA and Deepin, which hasn't exploded yet. There's still lots of potential, guys. We have ISO 222 coming on the way. Please don't panic about Kraken. It's a good thing. Be happy. Don't care about the short-term price action. I mean, hopefully we'll 2x. Okay, fingers crossed. So it's a good step in the right direction. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.